All right, let's go. Man, I am excited about this because look, this is the very first episode of Donovan Talks Cowboys. And I was born in 1991. I've been a Cowboy fan my entire life. I played football. I played college sports. I was not the greatest, but I know this game. And I know one thing. When I watched this Cowboys blue and white practice from a couple days ago, today is the 30th. I believe this was July 28th. Today is July 30th. I had concerns. Sure, people flash. My concern is the same concern we had last year and for the last few years, pretty much with the defense. Physicality at the point of attack, especially with that defensive line, and especially with those defensive tackles. So let's take a look. Now, it's one thing to talk about it. You can go to enough places and find opinions and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of experts who can talk about football. But what I'm going to do is break down this film. Let's take a look and see not just what we're doing, but we're also going to look and see what the better teams are doing. So I got some film pulled up and ready to go. But we're going to look at that Baltimore Ravens game. I believe it's the Ravens versus the Chiefs. I think that's what we got there. And we're going to try to see what are they doing, because the Baltimore Ravens defense was the number one defense against the run. Is this just talent? Is it scheme? Is it both? Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. All right. Now, first thing we need to do is understand who is on this deep. This is pretty much who they have slotted as the number one defense. We got Mozzie Smith here. We got Nealon. We got Osa. We got Elam, who is a new free agent. We got Donovan Wilson. We got Booth, who you don't really want to be your starter. Let's go back here. We had who was that? Leah Fowl I saw in there at linebacker. 57. 57 is who is 57? I think that's Sanborn. He was one of our pickups. 57 is looking at the roster. Okay, yeah, Sanborn. 57 is Jack Sanborn, so they have him starting at linebacker. They got Leah Fowl in there. We know we've had Overshown. When he gets healthy, we expect him to start. Let's see who number 20 is. Number 20 is Elam. We talked about him. Wilson. Okay, we got Fowler. We got Fowler in there. So right now we have defensive line. We got Fowler to the left. We got Osa at the left defensive tackle. Right now we have Mozzie in there at tackle, and we have Nealon. This is our front four. And let's see who is this over here. I think that's 43 or 23. But one of this guy over here, Neil. What this is? Who is that? Hall? That may be Hall. I think that's Keith. No. Buddy, no, that's not Buddy Johnson. Not sure who that is. All right, let's keep going. All right, so what they're about to do is go 11 on 11. Let's fast forward here. Start seeing some plays. All right, first thing I want to look at. Looks like this lineman is offsides right here. But when that ball moves, look, if you've played football and you played on that line, you know this is the best position to be in at D line on the defensive tackle, especially the closer you are to the ball. Because as soon as the ball moves, you go. You go. And you have the clearest view if you're Mozzie Smith right here. Now that lineman jumped. I'm pretty sure he jumped. But let's go back and let's see. Let's take a look at Mozzie's get off. Not bad. Not bad. He got up the field there. He got up the field there. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. That wasn't bad at all. Now let's slow it down. Again, this is film study. If you didn't like being in film plus study when you was playing ball, you ain't gonna like this. But this is film. This is how we try to figure out what makes us different. It looks like he got off the ball pretty good. Pad level pretty good. I don't like that his hands are like this. Is like his elbows are about to come out instead of striking. All right. Why is he not striking? Is what I want to see. Strike. He should be coming up with his hands in the punching position and ready to strike. His man, I'm not even sure, but I think his man is. I'm not sure, but he needs to find out who is he on. If he's, I'm pretty sure they're not shooting gaps. Strike the guy, play half a man, and go. It looks like he's kind of just playing with his shoulders. And when you're playing against a good offensive line, sure, he moved up the field here, but he's not going to be able to really make a play if he doesn't play with his hands. But I like that there. I like Nealon staying in contained. That was fine. That almost looked like a broken play. All right, got Osa down here. Ooh, okay, we got the double team. Actually, not bad, Osa, but no hands. And that's a win for the O-line. Let's look at that again. All right. Now, of course, we don't want what Mozzie gives us a lot of times, which is point of attack and then movement off the line. Ideally, we would want a double team to be stalemated, or the better D tackles, which we're paying Osa like a better D tackle. They fight that double team by attacking one man because he's on this guy, it looks like. They fight that, they get skinny, and then they make that tackle. That's what the better D tackles are going to do that. We're going to find some film and see if we can see what those other D tackles are doing at the other team. Maybe they're not individually better, but they do the right things every single play. So this is a double team. It's hard to fight those double teams. Osa is not the biggest guy in the world, but he fought it pretty well. He stays low, but that's some movement, but not horrible. He's actually not in bad position right here, but he is beat. He is beat because he's technically on the other side of this guy. He needs to be in this gap right here. This should be his play, but again, it's a double team. It's tough, but hey, what are we watching this film for? Those plays have to happen. All right, it's not just on the D line. Let's look and see where these linebackers are. So you're keying all of this. You're keying all of this from the linebacker. You're keying that. So when you see these double teams and you see this is clearly a run play, there's a gap opening, should be opening right here if they're double teaming. Boom. All right. So let's see how the linebackers are feeling. So we got 35. I believe that's Leofau. He comes in there kind of high. Takes on the block, get beat. That's a loss. Like, look, guys, we've watched too many good teams and played against too many good defenses to know the difference between a good play, and a not so good play. This is what gets us beat because this is a 5-yard game. And the reason why is we're not necessarily strong at a point of attack here. And then we have a linebacker coming in, not really sure where he's going. He comes in high and he loses this block. He loses his gap as well. And now it's on Elam to come in and make this play, which he does, and everybody comes in. But that's a concerning play. What I was seeing when I watched this, I was like, this isn't good. This isn't good. All right, let's keep going. We got Coach Shady calling the plays. Still got Osa, still got that first team in. We got Mr. Smith here. Got Mr. Booker here. Got another double team. Another one play. See Mozzie in the backfield. Doesn't know. I know you can't tackle. This is practice, but we're going to make a decision on if Mozzie makes that play. So Mozzie's up here, top of the screen. Ooh. He's there, but look, that's not bad. He made the running back have to make a decision in the backfield. It wasn't like he was just running full speed. I wish we could see. I do see. Look, I still see your hands. You can make plays versus just playing in the backfield and not making plays. When you play with your hands, you can control people. And watch Mozzie when he fires off. He gets off pretty good. Well, actually, he doesn't. He's still a little late, but he gets off, and then watch his hands. Look, his hands there was no punch. So he's getting back there, but he's not even in control. But this is a good play because look at Leah. So because Mozzie was able to cause disruption, and I think there was another defender who kind of caused disruption and take up your linebackers can flow to the ball, and all of a sudden Leofow looks like a Pro Bowler because he's right there. So good play by Leofow. Good play by Mozzie. Getting up the field, causing some disruption. We can take that. All right, got backups in, second team. Offense is doing a lot of double teams on these tackles. Whew. I like it, Shotty. I like it. We got two pullers coming. So that means our linebackers ideally are flowing to these pullers. What I do like is right now we are playing. This is a stalemate right now. Let's keep going. Okay. This isn't bad. This isn't 5 yards down the field. This isn't bad. I see guys moving to the ball. I see linebackers moving. I see a linebacker who apparently beat a block. I see guys getting to the ball. I like this. I like it. This is a dang good play. Even though it's the second team, but this is a really, really good play. It looks like we had. This is the Brickley guy. A lot of people are talking. I believe that's him. The D tackle everybody's talking about. Is it Winfrey, I believe? '99 is Winfrey. So let's keep an eye on Winfrey. He's a guy that has been getting a lot of reps and a lot of hype. I've heard people say in the Cowboy blogs that he may even be doing some first team reps here soon. His name is Perrion Winfrey. Had some trouble in his past. I believe he most recently played for the UFL, but he was a talented player coming out of college a few years ago. 4th round pick. What I see from him, I see nastiness when I look at some of the highlights. I see a nastiness, but it looks like he has some off the field issues too, and even some maybe he has some team issues as well, as far as teammate issues. I don't like that get off. I can tell you that right now. It looks like he knew the double team was coming, and he was not trying to see the double team. Look at this. He's looking at the ball. All right. So he's looking at the ball here. Winfrey is, but he don't want none of that double team. He tries to kind of slant, look like he probably got blown off. I like this movement here. Who is 51? Ernest Brown. Ernest Brown. I like 51 getting some movement. It's not bad, but that was obviously a big gain for the offense. A lot of run plays. Haven't seen really any pass. This is all. Here we go, Winfrey again. Can't see who we got at the end. Okay, 91. Okay, we got. Okay, so here's what we want to see. Here's what we want to see. Here's what we want to see. Here's what the better D linemen get. They're going to notice this is a pass play, and they're going to immediately start getting upfield. Let's see what our linemen are doing. They know this is a pass, but they're still here. Go, make a move, get the hands off of you. Everybody here, get hands. I see we got a little movement here. Let's see what we get. Still too slow. Go, go. No wonder they got a completion. Way too much time in the pocket. And I get that. That's what play action gives you. But we got to figure out how do we get better. And it's just looking at that film and saying, okay, these are the things that you got to do. That extra effort. Looks like we're back here with the ones. Okay, hold on. We got Osa. And we got Solomon. Solomon. I expected to see him earlier. You see that? You see the difference? You see the difference, man? Look how Solomon gets off that ball. Even Osa. Look how he get off that ball. Ball moves, they're gone. I could tell Solomon's ready to go. He's itching. Oh, he's the first one off the ball. He attacks the man. Now where's our pressure? Not enough pressure. So that means that they must have some max protection. Dak does a good job pulling the ball down. But I like that initial get off by Solomon. And that's what the film shows. Looks like we got Mozzie back in here. Looks like we got Mr. Williams, Sam Williams up top. Not sure who we have at the end. I want Sam Williams to get onto the ball. Look how far back you are. Mozzie. I know I'm nitpicking, fellas and ladies, whoever's listening. This is what I'm talking. This is what everybody says. You gotta be faster off the ball. I don't care how big you think you are or strong you are. That little split second is the difference. And where are you? That wasn't that his hope. So we got a double team here. We can't say every time our tackles get double teamed, we know they lost. But that's what is happening. At the same time, how can we get better? Where are our linebackers at? If this guy's double teaming, we should be hitting that hole. Boom. Get fighting in this shoulder right here, filling that gap. Nealon should be fighting. This is the tight end, Nealon. Anybody who's played football before, especially on the D line, knows you never lose a one-on-one against a tight end. This tight end, and I want to get his name. Once I get the number, he's turning his hips. This is beautiful technique because you can tell exactly what he's trying to do when you watch it. Look at him. He's turning his hips because he knows where he's trying to go. Maybe he has a little hold there. But this should be an easy win. All right. We're not trying to be average, but we know a number one DN, they don't stutter with this. This is easy money. Get off me, make the play. So we have no linebackers coming downhill. We got no help from our D tackle or our DN. Who is number 27? I don't even know who that is. Miles Sanders. Okay. Maybe you get a hold on the tight end. Maybe if the ref is really being nice. Mozzie right on top of the football. Let's see if Mozzie gets off the football. He's right there. All right. I like how everybody's on the ball except Mr. Nealon. Scoot your butt up. Okay, who we got number 93? Who is this? Who is that? Jay Toa. Okay, that's the Rook, right? Let's see what we get from the Rook right here. He gets off the ball. He's got the double team. It looks like he got moved a little bit. I like kneeling. You tight end shouldn't even. You shouldn't. That's a tight end. Tight ends don't want to block. Move his butt out the way. Now, if you can get off of him and make a play, that's great. We had some resistance here. Boom. We got the tackles in here making plays. I like that. That's our rookie right there. That was our rookie making that play. The first offense. He gets shifted in. That's the linebacker doing his job. Let's see what Mozzie does here. They both get off around the same. Mozzie too high. He was too high. You saw that because his helmet got above. He's too high. Off of the guy. He's really getting pushed back right now. But he's trying. A lot of long runs. Even though it looks like this one's about to be. Okay, we got the rookie still in there. Who's five? Is this? That may be Denzel Dixon here. Or not sure. That may be Dixon. Oh, woo! Mr. J Toa. Make sure I get the name right, man. Let me make sure I get it right. Wow. See, I get excited about stuff like that because we haven't been seeing that from our guy from our Mr. Mozzie. This is what it's all about, man. Get off the ball. Watch him get off the ball. He's a little bit better with your hands, please, but you giving yourself a chance. Okay, we got a linebacker shooting the hole. Y'all know how it looks now. I've heard Clark's been playing pretty well. You got D tackles fighting here, but they're losing. So we who was that? I think this is Dixon, but he got double teamed and then he got moved. So Clark is really supposed, whoever that linebacker was supposed to hit, they tried to hit it, but they got blocked. And then we have no support. No, this is concerning. This is concerning. All right. I'm not going to go over more of this. I want to get into the Baltimore Ravens. That's what I want to get into. I want to get into the Baltimore Ravens. All right. Let me pull up the play-by-play. We're gonna look up run plays. We're not doing pass. And I know this is the best run team. Who cares? All right. I want to get into well, actually, I'm getting to the Baltimore Ravens defense. That's what we're going to get into. The Baltimore Ravens defense. And yes, they're the number one defense, but that's what we need to look at. We need to look at the number one defense. So let's go to the Bills run. They have a run play at the 10:35 mark. All right. Can we notice anything different? Ooh. All right. I know y'all saw it. Watch this D tackle here. Get into this lineman, this center. All right, now they play a little bit different. They got 4 down linemen. They got 2 linebackers, but that's because they're spread out right now. So they got them spread out, and they're going to try to run the ball with 5 linemen against 6 front. Now you would say that that's probably not a great lineup, but you do have a guy here who maybe they can. So this is the look. But look, let's see how they play it. He eats that up. We got this D tackle. Let's see what he does. We got another D end. He's unblocked. Let's see. He's going to have the quarterback. Oh, guess who made the play? Swear to you, I didn't even watch this play before. I promise you. But we were just watching for double teams. We've been watching double teams. For our team, our double teams, it's just done. And I told you what you got to do is you got to attack one man, get skinny, and you got to fight it. Watch this guy here, and it's going to be so quick. I got this. Okay, that's what happened. I thought I had this at the slower speed, but I guess when I switch videos, you got to switch it. What? Boom. Get skinny. Moves that guy out the way, and boom. Voila. I don't know who the guy is. I'm not about to look up the roster. I don't care. He ain't on our team. I know that. I'm the one running defense in the league. And I see why. Because sometimes you got to make these hard ass play to make. But he made it. Dang, that was good. All right. So this one looked like they were showing a replay. This play got cut off. Oh. See what we got here. More people kind of in the box here because they're tighter. Okay. I don't see these tackles getting blown off the ball, even though they're getting double teamed. They're kind of reading. They're reading. They're reacting. There's a gap right here. I assume this ball may go into this little gap, but they do have a DN right here. You got a pass threat. This defense because everybody's in position, man. He hands it off. You got a linebacker here ready. That's number 1 linebacker. And he knows he has this outside gap. You got 92 here playing his gap. He's there. So, of course, this ball has to bounce behind number 73. You got the DN somehow able to play and come make this play. This is a big game for the offense. That was a really good play. There was a lot going on in that play. On this defense, running the ball, this is what you got to do. You have over here, you got to have threats to screen and pass, and you got to have all that with another threat of the quarterback. You got to make a decision. It's hard. All right, it's hard, but they got ran on that one. I believe the next play is a run. All right, this is the very next play. Heavy set. It says 21 personnel, 2 tight ends. Oh, they even got so they're heavy, like they're overloaded over here. So you got the center, guard, tackle, another guy, and 2 other guys here. This is big boy football. I don't see any D tackles getting blown off the ball. You can't play like that, guys. This is why so many people are commenting on people's videos saying, "Y'all, we're done with Mozzie." This is why you see that, because you can't play like it. You can't have a guy getting blown off the ball. Everybody has to be playing upfield. Look, everybody. This is the only off the ball, and he's like a half-yard back. And the back can't go anywhere because he doesn't see any lanes. Because the D line is playing upfield, or at least they're stalemating when it's a heavy set. This is what you have to do. And this is what we thought we had in Mozzie. I would not have drafted Mozzie, honestly, and I know I'm making this a lot about Mozzie, and it's not all about him. This is really about every D lineman that we have. But we wanted him to be good, but I don't really know why, because the film in college, it didn't tell you that he was going to be that great. Draft him in the first round, especially. He was slow off the ball then. So we always had it in our mind that we were going to somehow make him a faster guy, or he was going to be a guy who maybe he didn't have to fire off, but he can do what this big guy does here, which is, I may not fire off, but I'm at least stalemate you. I'm going to be a part of a #1 defense. And for some reason, I think Mozzie is going to be a part of that type of defense, but it's not going to be with the Cowboys, because I do think some of this is about coaching. I do. There's no way you can't get that big guy to be better. He looks just like he did in college to me. He looks just like year 1. And this is now year 3 or 4. That has to be some of that. It has to be coaching. Has to be. Let's go to 6'10". So of course you got the big threat with Josh Allen running the ball too. All right. And the Ravens seem to kind of play more of a read and kind of react type defense. Remember, we used to say that was the issue with some of our, it was read and react. You can read and react and still play good defense. All right, we got some double teams here. They hand it off. The running back has like some movement here. But oh, look, we have a guy in that area. He misses that tackle. The guy there ready to make a play. But they did not have any D linemen on that play. I would say this. They blocked pretty good. There was no D lineman coming up. And some of that has something to do with those double teams. It's hard to get off of them. But this defense, it wasn't like he just had a running room all the, like this guy's here. Come up and make the play. This is your play. Come up. This is the Pro Bowler, isn't it, Comfort? Come up and make the play. That's your play. So they had a guy there. The next play, I believe, is a touchdown. We got pulled. Oh, oh, I love to watch this team. Man, watch this. Remember what I was saying? I was telling you when we were watching the Cowboys what should be happening, but what wasn't happening. When you see people pulling and you recognize it's a run, linebackers come downhill. You have to hit those guys, especially when it's second and short. But anytime when they're pulling this run play, come down here and watch this guy end here because he recognizes the pullers. Boom, pull. He's going. He's going. He's going. He's scraping. He's scraping. Boom. Now the running back has to make a decision. Is that a win for the offense? Yes. You know why it's a win? Because how Roquan hit him. And that's why it's always good to get these big guys on these smaller guys because Roquan didn't hit him the way he would hit a smaller dude. He hit him like he would hit a guy 50 pounds bigger than you, which is like, I'm going to hit you hard, but I'm going to just throw my shoulder at you. And that's a win for the offense. But I like the fact that there was a guy there. Also, where's the other linebacker? Because that's another thing. If Roquan does his job, sure, he can try to make that play, but we really have another linebacker that should be scraping. This guy here, where are you at? He got hit. He got hit from the other lineman. So he also got ate up. All right. All right. You can back this guy is. He knows he's back. He's reading and reacting. He's reading and reacting. You can tell the type of defense they play. And maybe it's because the Buffalo Bills put a lot of things in motion. Great. Why don't you watch this type of film if I'm on the coaching staff or deep? This is who you watch. Look at how everybody's playing football. To stop the run, everybody has to play, not just the D line. Guys are going upfield. They all know their responsibilities. Boom. Two guys go free. You still got a guy having the quarterback. You got a guy taking the running back. They know their responsibilities. Everybody knows what they have to do here. Let's look at some of the other linemen up top. Okay. He tries to cross the face because he knows the ball's going there because he's pulling. He beats that block. He's open here. So this is good. Every 2 yards back on this play. Not just because they were pulling, because the offense, the D line read it and they reacted to it well. All right, we got a shift here. Just had a 7-man in the box to go up against 8. Now 7 on 7. Boom, we got a guy get the ball here. I like it. We got a guy here. All right, this is an outside sweep play. Up, they got it. It looks like they got it because this guy doesn't quite have the outside, and he's the one who makes the play. I think that's the DN. He slows it down and it looks like that play is going to be made. He saved the other guy. The other guy looks like he didn't quite get that outside shoulder. But here's the DN. He read it. He knows there's a tight end outside of him. He's on the tackle. He gets on the tackle's outside shoulder. He fights. And he doesn't just run down the field. He gets up the field, tries to make that play. And guess who makes the play? The defensive tackle who's running down there with him. So we see how this has to go. Now, I want to look at what I want to also look at is the Dallas Cowboys. played those Ravens. And it wasn't all that great, as y'all remember. This was what, game 4. Game 4 of the season last year. Baltimore against our defense. How about that? Against our offense, sorry. Wait, is this the right game? This ain't the right game. I'm sorry, I got to put y'all up for this again. This is right now because this is painful to watch. Very painful to watch. So first, Osa gets off the ball. He's very good at getting off the ball. He usually gets off the ball pretty good. Baltimore is tough. They hard to guard, but we know their quarterback is a threat. Who has quarterback? Let's see. Mosley's getting pushed off the ball. There's no surprise there. We got a linebacker coming here. We got a linebacker not really moving anywhere. We got this guy on him, so he has a receiver threat. He's so we got the quarterback covered. Where's number 90 going? Let's find out. So number 90 is unblocked. He's unblocked. Tight end goes away. Tackle pulls. Number 90 is unblocked for whatever reason. Number 90 says, my play is the play that I made that I used to make a couple years ago, where I make all my tackles in the backfield because I squeeze down and I tap. They already knew you was gonna do that shit. Excuse my French. I don't even know why I'm getting mad again. We already know what happened here. I don't know why I'm getting mad at him. It's just frustrating. I'm glad he's off the team. And of course, he started talking stuff when he left because he probably took no blame. Not to say that we have players that really do take blame on the team, but he was one of them. Mozzie gets off pretty good. It's a pass play, so why is Mike on the ground? Jesus. This is the guy we got. Okay, maybe he tripped. Again, number 90. No contain. Nobody's even guarding this guy, who I think it was Overshones or Kendricks. Yeah, that's too easy. Way too easy. Watching games like this. King lined up. Mike is unblocked. He's not sure if he's supposed to take the quarterback or the running back. Some of this is coaching, some of this is just players don't know what to do. Can't believe they didn't coach and prepare for this and say what the response. Give a good look in practice, but you can at least line up and watch the film and say this is what's going to happen. So part of it, because he wasn't necessarily ready, you got to line late. That's our linebacker that we say is all just going to be the next great thing. All these guys that we're so excited about, none of these dudes showed up against the one of the top teams. Some of these dudes still on. Doing? I mean, just tell me this: was he doing his own thing this game? Because he's not getting off the football. He barely was the call for him to peel and guard the line, the tight end. Him and Kendricks supposed to do this. The guy that y'all want to go sign on free agency, this guy here, we're not that desperate. I can't watch this no more. Look, at the end of the day, I don't see enough from the film that I saw in practice recently to say that we have conquered the run game on defense, that we have found solutions on defense. And guys, ladies, our offense ain't that great when it comes to running the football. Whatever they do this year, that's good, is going to be a first for a long time, since prime Zeke, which was 4 or 5 years ago. So if they go out here and they run that football and they become a top 10 running offense, that's going to be a shock to a lot of us. And a lot of that is going to have to do with this new coach and all the new coaches that they have on that team. But none of us are expecting them to be a top 10 running offense. So when we go to that practice and y'all rewind this and look at that and see that we're getting our butts blown off the ball and we're not shooting up the field as linebackers and we're not coming up and being physical, remind yourself, this is against an offense that we don't think runs the ball very well anyway, either. What's going to happen when we go up against some teams like the Philadelphia Eagles and the Ravens or whoever else we got on our schedule. This is the first episode. If you enjoyed this content, please, please, please share. Keep your subscription. And yeah, support the show, man. If you're on the tier, that drop some comments. I definitely read them. This is what I want to provide. I enjoy this. This doesn't feel like work. This doesn't feel like content creation. This feels like the stuff that we need as fans. What's really going on with our team? Are we getting close? Things like that. So next video, we'll have something else to talk about. The Cowboys, I believe, were off yesterday. I'm sure they're going to be practicing today. And we're going to get some hopefully some new content. I'll be covering the games, the preseason games, as well as the regular season games and beyond, as well. So just expect to see a lot of content. I'm sure y'all follow a lot of pages, but I appreciate y'all following me. Have a good one.